But I never called Mike Pence a wimp. I never called him a wimp. Mike Pence had a chance to be great. He had a chance to be, frankly, historic.
The day after the latest U.S. congressional hearings on the January 6, 2021 assault on the Capitol by Donald Trump supporters, the former president criticized Mike Pence's actions that day, saying that his vice president had lacked courage. Trump on Friday blasted Pence in front of Christian conservatives in Nashville.
But just like Bill Barr and the rest of these weak people, Mike, and I say it sadly because I like him, but Mike did not have the courage to act.
The hearings have detailed the ways in which Trump urged his supporters to turn on Pence for refusing his order to reject the 2020 election results before they stormed the Capitol, some chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." On Thursday, former Pence aides told the committee that Trump pressed Pence to overturn the election results in Congress after being told repeatedly that it was illegal to do so. Democrats on the panel said Trump kept up the pressure even though he knew a violent mob of his supporters was threatening the Capitol, where Pence and lawmakers worked to certify the election results.
But Mike was afraid of whatever he was afraid of. But as you heard a year and a half ago, Mike Pence had absolutely no choice but to be a human conveyor belt. Here's a human conveyor belt. Even if the votes were fraudulent, they said he had to send the votes, couldn't do anything. I said, well, what happens when you have more votes than you had voters? Doesn't matter.
Repeated his false claims that his defeat to Joe Biden was the result of widespread fraud, claims that were rejected by multiple courts, state election officials, and members of his own administration. Trump continues to flirt publicly with the idea of running for president again in 2024. But for now, the former president is concentrating on a revenge election campaign this year against his perceived enemies, including 10 House Republicans who voted to impeach him after the Capitol attack.